Hello everybody and welcome to another flight review. In today's video, I will be flying from Amsterdam to New Delhi aboard one of KLM's 787-10s. It's time to find out what this nearly 7.5 hour flight entails. Prior to arriving in Amsterdam, I flew from Raleigh to Detroit to Amsterdam, both flights operated by Delta. When we arrived in Amsterdam, no security was required when entering the airport. Due to this, I can't go into too much detail about that, but I can talk to you about the amenities Amsterdam Airport has to offer. When walking throughout the airport, it almost feels as if you're inside of a mall, with multiple levels of shopping, souvenir stores, and restaurants. All of this is located at the sections between the terminal branches. Unfortunately, I did not have the chance to go on the second level, but it does provide access to lounges and more. Additionally, further down each terminal branch is more amenities. This includes places to rest, stores, and more. Anyways, we headed to our gate where we would soon board this KLM 787-10 Dreamliner. This plane is very young, having only been in service for around 2 years now. The gate area was fairly packed and was pretty small for the amount of people that were going to board this flight. To be fair, it was a busy morning in Amsterdam, with construction even going on. Once the clock struck 1:45 p.m., it was time to board. When walking up to the gate entrance, you first had to briefly show them your passport and then scan your boarding pass. It was a very quick process, that is if your boarding pass was accepted. There were 2 separate jet bridge entrances, one for first class passengers and one for premium economy and economy passengers. I then made my way to the seat of 17K. After getting seated and situated, it was time for departure.
Good afternoon, my name is Dominic. On behalf of the entire crew, we wish you a warm welcome on this flight to Delhi, and we'd like to extend a special welcome to our flight crew members. After this announcement, a video about the safety of board will follow. Out of respect for everyone's privacy, you must get permission from passengers or crew before taking photographs or videos. We wish you a pleasant flight.
Now for the seat review. As for the seat itself, the padding was quite minimal, so it was not very comfortable over a long period of time. But the headrest was movable and foldable. Since this seat is at the very front of economy class, the legroom was extensive. It was great for my 6'2" self, although we had to pay extra for the seat. The seat back pocket was nice and large with 2 separate pockets. One of the pockets consisted of a sickness bag, safety card, as well as a magazine. In order to access the tray table, you had to lift up a latch on the left side armrest, pull out the table, unfold it or keep it folded if you would like, and you could push it to what length you desire. There was a similar system for the IFE. You had to fold it out from the front side of the armrest. It can be difficult to do so, as well as the fact that the screen is awkwardly pointed at your face, so it makes it hard to view it, especially in the sunlight. Because of the IFE and tray table, the side armrest could not fold up, making it quite tight at some moments. Moving on to the IFE, the 5 primary options were movies, television shows, audio, games, and kids. As far as the movie selection goes, there is a ton of movies to choose from, more than I've seen on any other airline so far. On the other hand, the TV shows didn't have the best or biggest selection, but there were plenty of categories within it. There were also plenty of options for audio, including podcasts, stories, playlists, albums, and many different options from very popular artists. As for the games, there wasn't many, but it was enough to keep you entertained. Then there's the kids section, which is essentially everything that is included in the normal version, however specialized just for kids. Now moving past the entertainment categories, there's also the category of My Flight. This gives you details on the drinks on board, the flight map, Wi-Fi, arrival information, transfer information, a category called Air Health, as well as House Rules. Wi-Fi for the full flight would cost you around $25, and for just 1 hour it would cost you around $12. Each of these sections were very self-explanatory and helpful. The moving map was sleek and nice, and I noticed that it was a different software than what most American-based airlines usually use. Lastly, there's 2 more sections, the first which is about KLM, and the second is notifications about the flight. Overall, the IFE was very well organized and also very smooth. It quickly and easily reacted to the touch of my fingertips. Now, since this is a 787, the windows don't have any window shades. Instead, with the press of a button, you can darken or lighten the window. It is an impressive technology that can even directly block sunlight. Shortly after takeoff, the flight attendants handed us a water bottle as well as a warm towel. Since this flight took off shortly after lunchtime, lunch was soon served. This lunch consisted of a palak paneer, stuffed peppers, hummus, roll, butter, as well as a drink of your choice. And to be honest with you, it really wasn't my favorite. I thought that the palak paneer itself was quite good, but everything else just tasted bland. Even the rice that came along with it was just a weird texture. I then decided to check out the bathroom, which was actually much more roomier than I thought it was going to be. It was also quite clean, providing that this was a few hours after takeoff. It had everything needed, including a baby changing station, which I believe are only available in the lavatories in the center, middle portion of economy class. The cabin lights then began to dim to let us rest. Speaking of which, the blanket provided was very soft and comfortable. However, the pillow was once again made of that weird material that many airlines use. After resting with about an hour left until landing, we were given an Asian empanada as well as a drink of your choice. The Asian empanada was tasty and a nice wake-up call to get ready to land. However, beforehand, every single passenger without an Indian passport had to fill out this small slip of paper. It is quite simple to fill out and should not take too long. You could pause if you would like to see the details of it. Now that we've been in the air for a little over 6 hours, let's descend into New Delhi.
Welcome to Delhi, welcome to India. Please remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. And please be careful when opening the overhead compartments as items may have shifted and could fall out. You can now switch on the mobile search on your phone again. On behalf of the entire crew, thank you for flying KLM. It was a pleasure having you with us today. Wish you good stay in Delhi or pleasant onward journey. Hope to see you again soon.
The deboarding process was quite quick, especially being in the front of economy. Once you get into the New Delhi airport, you have to go down some long hallways in order to reach the passport and immigration section. Along the hallways are bathrooms as well as places to fill out any forms that you need to get done. In the immigration and passport area, there are many different categories in which you might have to go to. For example, there were separate sections for Indian passport holders, foreign passport holders, visa holders, etc. Once you're finished with that, all you have to do is head through the duty-free section and then grab your bags. There are many different large-scale bag carousels that your bag might be at, so make sure to look at the signs to know where to go. And that's going to do it for this flight review. Thank you for joining me on my journey from Amsterdam to New Delhi aboard KLM 787-10 Dreamliner. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.